everybody, this is Tambia and I'm back with another third-party Transformers video review. This time I have ToyWorld's TW-C02 Unearth, also known as Scavenger. So you can see the figure here in the box, or actually a picture of him on the box. And looks like part of Cybertron here. Once again, there's not a lot to the box. You're just going to have a picture of him in his robot mode form here, and then a picture of the arm, which when you take all 6 boxes and stack them on, it's going to make a complete picture of Devastator. Let's go ahead and get inside the box here, so we can just go ahead and go at it. So inside the box, once again, we have our instructions, we have our card, we have our sticker. Pull up in this nice black foam here. There's a little piece of foam right here, and then another little piece of foam right here. And we have a hand, and we have an arm. Then we have the drill bit again. And we have a gun. Don't forget that this time. And then we have extra pieces again. We have the different sprue covers, and then more treads. And then we have the figure right here. Just be careful when pulling him out. He's not as tightly put into there as Bulldozer is, so you don't have to be as careful with him, but he is in there. So yeah, so Bulldozer there. Let's go ahead and get this stuff out of the way. So here's the instructions and such. Again, with the instructions, this doesn't want to come out. This is the sticker, and for some reason it doesn't want to zoom in on it either. You don't like this. You don't like this clear plastic. Come on. There we go. Here's the card again. Part of Devastator on there. And the instructions, which have that picture that's on the front of the box again. And then the instructions with the red parts that are in, they're the parts that are supposed to be moved, and then his arm, so you can see his arm. Gun, here, so put this out of the way. Gun, you can actually, I don't know if it's actually supposed to go there or not, but it can actually fit there. Will it go here? Yeah, it'll go there. It's probably a better spot for it anyways. So this guy, lots and lots of articulation, especially on this boom right here. Lots. So he has the treads down here. Actually, if you take this and unlock this, come on, there we go. Unlock that, unlock that. It actually allows you to turn this top portion around. So you can then turn it once you've detached this from the back. So the boom, lots of articulation in here. There's actually one joint right here, but it has like 3 different things that connect to it to make a movement. So you have that piston movement right here, which basically when you move the bucket, it moves this right here, this right here, this, and this in and out. So it's a lot of stuff going on with just moving that bucket. So that's actually really cool. And then here you have the hydraulic piston again, and you have your hydraulic pistons right here. So, and you can actually go a little bit further. So if you wanted to scoop something lower than him, you can do this. He can do so. So yeah, this is a really nice figure right here. I dig this guy. They did a lot of good things on him, and I added a lot of things that a lot of the other companies haven't put in there, like Hasbro. Just they did there's a lot of stuff they didn't do on it. Even ToyWorld's Hercules didn't even do a lot of the stuff that they have in here. So it's really nice. This is a little sharp right here, part of the bucket, but makes it a little bit more realistic. You need that to get through the dirt and stuff. So let's go ahead and go for transformation right now. Okay, so first of all, we want to come underneath here. We want to take and flip that down. And we want to pull the legs apart. Because legs, basically all they do is just tap into here, and then these kind of hold it into place a little bit better. But this is it's a hefty peg, so it holds it in together fairly well. And then this right here keeps it from collapsing also. So you have this. So once again, you have to do that whole wasteland thing again, where you make sure that you do the two at the same time and that you're not forcing anything on the treads. And I think part of the issue is if you would go in and actually shorten the tab to make this go together, it actually would probably make it a lot easier, but it has to be just right for it to go in. There we go. I think that should do it now. Nope. Yeah. Okay, good. Alright, so now we'll make the toes and the feet. Hello. Okay, so these go out like that, and this flips up. And that flips up. Alright, so next. That. Big issue that I have with this guy is the boom. The boom is really nice, but it's in the way in robot mode. Very in the way in robot mode. Alright, so next we're going to go ahead and go on to the arms, which are kind of at the top here. So I don't know what's the best way to, I guess we'll go ahead and just raise this on up here. So you want to take and kind of break these apart, and they'll kind of go like this a little bit. Crud. I'm trying to remember how this goes. Yeah, like that. That. Okay, and then this. Goes like that, I think, if I remember correctly. Then you have this down here. You have to flip this out. I always forget about these little things. You flip these out, and then it flip these around, and this comes, because it goes up like this, and then this locks into here. I don't know, for some reason it's not locking in. There we go. There we go, and then that locks into there. And this goes down. This goes down. Then underneath here there's a panel. You flip out this panel. That panel right there. Then there's a panel right here. You flip up this panel. And once again you extend out the arms. You can lower this down. Yeah, that flips under. Flips under. Yeah. Extend this down. This goes down. So once again, extend that out. This goes down. Why is that? Okay, there we go. That flips down. Alright, so then for the hands, flip that out. And I think Jack mentioned this on his review also, is that there's no peg right here, so it keeps this floppy. You know, you can see that there's clearly a spot for it to clip into there. They just didn't do it on the panel. Alright, so now this is kind of a hard part to do, and you have to take this and get this over here, but then you have to bend this in a certain fashion. The way that the instructions tell you, they tell you to unclip this, move it to the back, and then do this. Well, while you're doing this, this is really, really hard to move around. So basically what you want to do is raise this up first, and then take this and then lower this back down. You got to lower this portion down. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, so that's good. Alright, so now you detach this, flip it in. Detach this, flip it in. That goes up like that. Up like that. And this comes around. This goes out. This comes down around like that. And then these tab into the shoulders right there. And then you can take this head, which gives you very little clearance, and you can pull this head up. Just enough finger room. Just enough finger room for me. Thumb. Forgot to do this. So that goes like that, and see, this has to be up or else it gets in the way of this boom. So, uh-oh. There we go. Alright, so there is Unearth in his robot mode. Very nice. Once again, the only thing I really don't like about this guy is this right here. This sticking off right here is kind of, I don't know, it just gets in the way. and there's nothing else you can do with it. You can't twist it, you can't do anything, you can't pop it off, nothing. At least with with like Hercules, you could at least take it off and put it on his arm, use it as a weapon type thing. This, nothing. There's nothing you can do with it. You just have to leave it back there. So, here, I'll show him with next to MP10. So there he is next to MP10. MP10 is a lot bigger than him. So, gun, you can put that in his hand. And you can see, once again, there's a hole that goes in between it. And you just tab it in. There's a little tab that comes out of his palm. You can tab it into. So, very cool. Another thing I don't really care for is this piece right here sticking up. But, oh well. What can you do about half of this stuff? So, articulation again, it's very, very similar to the Bulldozer, and with the way that the legs work and with the arms. His head is, I think, on that 2-joint. Yeah, it's on that 2-joint thing. So one for up and down, and then one for left and right. Then you have your arm right here, and then there's a secondary joint inside the arm that allows you to move the arm up. That's very tight. That might need to be loosened a little bit, because that's really, really tight in there, especially on that side. The other side isn't so tight. You have a twist right here. You have a double elbow type, and then you have your you have wrist swivel. And then you have your knuckles. Each finger has is individually articulated at its knuckle, and then you come down here to the legs, and you have basically out like that. It's not going to go this way because it gets hindered by the treads. I didn't mention that before on the other one. And then you have your knee right here. You have the way that the foot works. You can bend it up and down. You can twist it at each portion, at the heel and at the toe portion, and that's about it on this guy. So he does have light piping, but it does get restricted because of this portion right here. Let's go ahead and show off his combined mode form, which is another arm. So to get him into that form, best thing to do is actually transform him back into vehicle mode. So let's go ahead and do that real quickly. As quickly as we can, while doing it safely also. Alright, so there, take this, put that in, take and lower that down, go and flip this around this way, I think. Trying to remember exactly how this goes. Okay, so this is going to go down. Okay, so that goes like that. Clips into there, then this flips out. Actually made a thumb point right here so you can use your thumbnail to flip that out. That's very convenient. Flip this up. It's not as hard to flip it up than it is to get it down. And then put this back down. This is a little rough. Okay, there we go. Alright, good there. Alright, so now for arms, flip these panels up, flip this up, and alright, so it's going to stay right there. Go ahead and collapse that in, flip that down. That happens sometimes. Alright, put that back right there. And we'll do the same thing with this arm. Hopefully this time we don't pop off that panel. So that, flip that up, collapse that in. So once it's collapsed in, flip that down, flip this panel around like that. Alright, so now where are we going here? Like that. This there. Flip this up like that. Flip this up like that. I have a feeling I forgot something. This goes, unclips from there, goes in there, clips from there, goes there. That clips there. That's what I did wrong. That's what I did. Okay. That flips under. That flips under. So I'll leave this out for just a second. I have to fix the legs. This comes down. And then these split apart. Flip this up. Alright, so let me move the camera down a little bit. Alright, so that's like that. We gotta split this apart. Put this right here, take this right here. Put this side also. Down, down. Okay, these come and these will tap into each other. This will actually flip down here, and these will flip up and tap into each other. This flips down. These tab together. Can't see that. Tab together. And so this right here will then go and tab together, and that fills in that hole that I had earlier. And this will go and goes like that. There we go. Alright, so there's that. And so basically it's back to bucket mode again. So what we want to do first is we want to lock all this together because we don't want this spinning on us. This right here, you're going to take this out. Okay, there. Alright, so for the arm, and this thing is tricky. It's rough. It took me a while to do it the first time. Hopefully I can do it this time without having to suffer with it too much. Basically you have 3 different areas that have to clip in. So these 2 tabs peg into these 2 holes. These 2 tabs peg into these 2 holes, all while this goes all around this. So basically the way that I figured it out is you have to go like this first, and then you basically try to force this then into here while you have that around there. There goes that, and then you flip this onto there, and that didn't look that hard. First time I did it, it was because I didn't know how to do it correctly. Oh, and I just bit my cheek. Alright, so this, another thing with this, you can't flip it around to flip it back. It's gonna be in the way. Alright, so arm, hand, we have the drill bit also. Again, you know, you can tap that in there and it'll fire, probably make another hole, and I just made a scratch since it fired out. It didn't fire out straight. So you can take this, clamp that in there, and once again there are tons of joints in this hand. Very articulated. Any kind of pose, you can probably do it with this hand. There's so many points of articulation. I don't even know, like, let me see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. At least 21 points of articulation in the hand alone. At least 21, at least. I don't even know if I hit all of them whenever I was counting. But, man, I wish I would have kept the gun with me. I could have shown how to tab that into the hand here. So you have the hand, and it would tab into right here. So, very cool, very cool. Alright, so once again, let's I'll go ahead and show size comparison with the hand, just because it's so massive. So here's the arm, or not with a hand, but with the arm itself. Man, this doesn't stand up by itself. The other arm stood up by itself. It wasn't heavy on either side of it. So there's the arm, and here's MP10. So let me see if I can raise this up, and you can see the difference in height. It's a lot. There's a lot of difference in height on this thing. Alright, so let me go ahead and get this back into his vehicle mode so he can move on and get this thing done with. Okay, and then we can take this, lower this back down again. There we go, and we're done. That's it for Unearth. Don't forget to check out my other videos. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, also on Facebook. This has been Tambiota, and I'll see you guys next time.